Oh, welcome back, Devils fans. It is your host, Ace, here on Running with the Devils, where we are talking New Jersey Devils hockey all year long. Please hit that subscribe button, smash the like, share with a friend. Thank you very much. And the boys were back on the ice for practice today at the Prudential Center, fresh off of the 3-0 shutout victory over the Pittsburgh Penguins. And guys, as you already know, I love this team. They are on the road to great things indeed, but back on the ice for practice today. And the big storyline coming out of the day, I reference the most famous handwriting in New Jersey Devils history, courtesy of Amanda Stein. There it is on her notepad, and what do we see? Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt, a.k.a. Peanut Butter and Jelly, have been broken up. Let's have a moment of silence for Peanut Butter and Jelly and all the excitement that they've brought us as New Jersey Devils fans. Thank you. So it could be temporary. It may not be. A lot of people might be puzzled by this. And quite simply, this is head coach General Sheldon Keefe looking to figure out what he could do to tinker with his lines to get a more balanced attack. As you saw earlier in the season, we were getting contributions from the bottom six on nights when the top two may not have been firing at their best. We would get goals from the third and fourth lines, sometimes the defense, to give the team a spark and help us get victories. The depth scoring in the past couple of weeks have gone completely cold. The third and fourth lines have not been doing much offensively, and so Sheldon Keefe is looking to figure out how can he give us the best chance to have scoring dispersed throughout all four lines. We look at the new combinations for the time being. Now, as we all know, Keefe has no hesitation about going back to old combos or changing it up on the fly. So by no means are these etched in stone or permanent in any way whatsoever. But in this experimental phase, we see the first line here with Paulie Cotter on the left wing with Jack Hughes and Dawson Mercer. I have the utmost confidence in Paul Cotter. He is heavier, edgier, more violent. I love what he did earlier on in the season. With his offensive explosion, obviously, it wasn't sustainable, and I even said that at the time. With that being said, this guy is, I believe, now 7th or 8th in the entire NHL in hits. He is out there laying the body every single night, and you need guys like him to win. The offensive contributions, in my opinion, are a bonus. With that being said, he now is given a great opportunity playing with Jack and Dawson Mercer. I think this line could be a very interesting combo. I really do. I hope that we see it for at least a full game. A lot of times Keefe gets impatient and he'll switch things, mid-game or early on in the game if he doesn't like what he sees. I would love to see a full game with this Cotter, Hughes, Mercer line. I think it could be very interesting. And the second line, staying the same as it was last night, the reunited Timo Meier, Nico Hischier, Stefan Noesen line. This line, to me, should be etched in stone. I love these guys together. They are a punishing line. I think they can score a bunch of different ways. Stefan Noesen is an absolute bull down low, as you saw last night when he was just battering Shea before Nico buried one. But with Nico's playmaking ability and Noesen down low, and with Timo being the bull that he is in the corners, and with that shot that he could unleash from the circle or get in tight down low as well, I think that's a very good line, and I think that is a beautiful playoff warfare line. Timo, Nico, and Stefan Noesen, I love that one. I hope they are together long-term into the playoffs. And if we have to make changes, you kind of use the pieces outside of that line. I love that line. I think they're perfect. Hopefully they can continue to heat up. We saw 2 goals from them as a line last night in the Pittsburgh game. And then obviously Timo got one on the empty net. Noesen was not out there, but Timo got it. So that line, or the members of that line, accounting for all 3 goals we saw last night. And that brings us to this new look third line. Andre Palat, Eric Holla, and Jesper Bratt. Jesper Bratt, in my opinion, is overall probably the most dominant driver of offense, I think. Because it seems like over the years, no matter where you put him, he will produce and he will at least, at times, make his line mates better. Now, I will say I do think Bratter in this scenario is the, I hate to use this term, but I would say he is the loser, or the biggest loser in this whole thing, because playing with Jack, I do believe, benefits him. Obviously, Jack and Jesper Bratt are the two most offensively gifted, offensively explosive members of your New Jersey Devils. I think that goes without saying. I would say Nico is right there, but he would be third in my opinion. Bratter and Jack are absolutely lethal, and I did enjoy the combo of them together. Peanut butter and jelly, as I've mentioned in previous videos, they played together for parts of games or a game here and there over the years, and I actually put together a peanut butter and jelly highlight video, I think it was about a year ago or so now, before they were a regular line together, just their little cameos when they played together, and it is magical. Whenever you have two elite playmaking, explosive, speedy, finesse guys like those two, when they're on a line, you're gonna see some magical stuff. And so far this season, they've delivered. Bratter and Jack together are lethal, but now Keefe is saying, okay, that line was phenomenal. Can I split them up and create offense on other lines? And this is the experiment we are going to see. I expect these lines to be what we see tomorrow when we take on the New York Rangers in the 1 o'clock matinee game. And then obviously the fourth line remaining the same for the moment with Tatar, Dowling, and Bastian. Laser should be back in a few days, I believe. After the holiday break, Curtis Lazar should hopefully come back for the second time and hopefully remain in the lineup while we continue to work through what has been an ever-evolving fourth line. I mean, we've seen so many combinations with the injuries and the call-ups and different guys swapped in and out. But as far as that top three goes, on paper, I do like the looks of it. You never really know how it's going to play out in-game until you see it. But I'm very curious. And Paul Cotter is now given a massive opportunity here. We saw him start the season very briefly on the fourth line. Then he was bumped up to that third line with Haula and Nason, which I thought was a beautiful third line. But again, because of the tinkering and trying to figure out what is the best overall balance, that line was fairly short-lived. Nason got bumped up to the second line with Nico and Timo. Then eventually he was bumped back down the Nason, Haula, Cotter line again. But now it seems like Nason is with Nico and Timo for good, and I think he should be. They looked unstoppable last night, and I think as they continue to play together, down the stretch of the season, I just think they're going to start gelling even better. I love that combo, like I said, and I would hope they stay together and we just continue to tinker where need be with the other guys. But Cotter, Hughes, and Mercer. And a big opportunity for Dawson Mercer as well. I know a lot of you guys have been down on Mercer. I love Dawson Mercer. I think he is a great young player, brings a lot of energy, brings a lot of heart. You need guys like him to win. A lot of you were expecting very big point totals, I think, and when you see the points at the moment, they're a little underwhelming, and so people kind of, use that as a thing against him. But Dawson Mercer is a guy you could put out there in all situations. Short-handed, protecting a lead with the empty net. He could play power play if you need him to. I mean, he could do it all. I love what Dawson Mercer brings, and this is a big opportunity because he was recently on the third line. He now gets elevated to the top line with Hughes and Cotter. Huge, huge opportunities for both Cotter and Mercer. Hopefully they make the best of it, and Jack could bring out the best in them, and vice versa. I mean, Jack is going to be Jack no matter what, obviously. The guy is just a phenomenal talent. One of the best offensive players in the league, bar none. But hopefully, as a unit, they get it going. And that second line, I think they're beautiful. And that's the big question mark for me is that third line. Palat, Haula, and Bratt. Can Bratter continue to work with Palat with Haula as the center now? 2 out of the 3 still together. Can they still recreate some of that magic with Haula at center? And maybe that'll reinvigorate Haula as well. While Haula's on the third line, playing with Bratt is a big boost to him as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out. On paper, I do like the lines. I hope we see the audition last at least a full game. But like I said, General Keefe often has a itchy trigger finger and will kind of dead line combinations in a hurry if he doesn't like what he sees. And who knows? Who knows how long they last? But it seems like for now, we're going into battle against our arch rival, the New York Rangers, with these 3 lines. And hopefully Cotter and Mercer have the games of their lives. Because I would love to see a well-balanced attack in the form of something like this. If we could consistently see scoring from up and down the lineup, it would be phenomenal. As of late, there's been a drought, and this is a possible solution. We will find out, but for now, Peanut Butter and Jelly is disbanded. If it ends up being long-term, we will always remember the good times. We will obviously see Peanut Butter and Jelly reunited on power plays. So it's not like they're gone forever. They're both still on the roster. They're both going to be on power play 1, but in terms of 5-on-5 play. It could be the end of a short-lived but memorable era. We will find out. Let me know what you guys think about these new line combos. Anything, everything Devils hockey, throw it out there in the comments. I enjoy talking to all of you from all over the world. And tomorrow's a big one. Oh, it's a big one, baby. I hope we just smash on the Rangers and blow them out. I don't even need to see a competitive game. I would like to see us win in the physicality department and rout them on the scoreboard. But I'll be back soon. Tons of things in the works. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends, let's go Devils.